and welcome to episode 28 of BRB Geek Speak, your place for all your nerdy needs on BigRebel.com. I am your host Lauren, and with me as always is the Baroness of Butts herself, the amorous Auntie Alex.
Hello! Lauren, we should rename you because you don't fit into Guess Who's Back music. Your name doesn't, so yeah, you have to choose. You're either Law or Ren. Pick one.
Ren's close to Ray, and it's kind of like Ren's Stimpy, so Ren's fine.
Okay.
Or
Guess Who's Back? Ren is back. Back again. Okay.
Or you could do Shrimp is back. Back again.
Shrimp is back again. Okay, that works.
That works. Mm-hmm. And the absolutely magnificent Pokemonica.
Hello. Who has a helicopter going around outside a window.
Budgie's antagonizing Monica this week. Do either of you get that reference?
No.
Okay, in the 90s there was a TV show, a kids' TV show, animated one on ITV called Budgie the Little Helicopter, which is about a helicopter that got into adventures and helped people out. Kind of in the same vein as Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, right.
But a helicopter.
Sorry, I don't want to throw in I'm foreign in your face, but during the 90s, I did not live here.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I caught the tail end of Thomas the Tank Engine, because it was on TV when I was getting ready to go to primary school.
It was on Cartoon Network, and it was the worst cartoon ever.
Oh yeah, it sucks. But I got all these in Welsh, you see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we had Postman Pat and Fireman Sam, but we had Fireman Sam in its native language. Fireman Sam, because everyone's actually Welsh in that.
Oh.
Well, he's from Pontypandy, which is very Welsh.
It does sound Welsh.
Yeah, especially since I grew up near a place called Pontypridd.
Oh, some funny names.
Yes. You think that name's funny? Oh god, I need to take you to Wales.
Please do.
Wales has some crazy names, and it's just like all of the letters nobody wanted from the Scrabble board have just gone, well, screw you, and have gone to Wales.
I have a friend who lives in a place called Llanharan. Near to where my parents are is Llanhaich Fawr.
I swear you're just making that up. You're just making that up.
I tell you, she just went, that was the Welsh city.
Possibly. I lived on a street called Llanhaich. These are all real places, people. Yeah. Okay, so that was a little bit of a time waste, and leading on from that, we've got our time waster of the week. So this week, while I've been out gallivanting about the place, I found a new mobile game, free to play, on Android. I think it's on iOS as well, but don't quote me on that. And it's based off Rick and Morty. Have either of you actually watched that? I know I showed Alex some.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of season 1. It's great. I love it.
The game is based around Pokemon. And you both know how much I love Pokemon.
Yes.
And what you have to do is go to the different dimensions inhabited by Rick and Mortys and collect all the Mortys you can. There's about 82 to collect in all. And then you have to defeat other Ricks for the right to have your portal gun back so you can go around collecting all the Mortys. And there's crafting elements.
Sorry, is it called Pocket Mortys?
Yes, it's called
Okay,
Pocket
it is
Morty.
on iOS.
Yeah, so there's a few different mechanics. You have to collect schmeckles, which is the in-game currency, to buy any of your potions and lotions and so on, much like Pokemon, but you don't get much from the actual battles.
Isn't Schmeckles the currency from the Jelly Bean episode?
Yeah.
Man, that episode.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked that one particularly, because there's so many currencies they could have picked from, but I like the word schmeckle. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think Schmeckles sounds pretty cool. Also, that episode is just like the best episode.
Oh, it's messed up.
It is, but it's like, it's I don't know, it's great. We really like watching Rick and Morty because Ollie's always like, it's what Doctor Who could have been.
Oh, yeah, but did you watch a few episodes ago, I put up the Adventures of Doc and Morty? Because they were originally based off two very poorly drawn versions of Doc Brown and Marty.
Oh.
And essentially, Doc Brown keeps getting Marty to fillet him in different ways.
Oh.
That's the first pilot episode, and then that kind of developed into Rick and Morty when it was first commissioned. But you have to collect all the Mortys, you have to defeat all the other Ricks, you have to collect badges from the head Rick or Rick leader from each universe. When you collect enough of those medals or badges, you have to go defeat a member of the Council of Ricks. Once you've defeated them all, you get your portal gun back, and you can go around the dimensions willy-nilly, because before you defeat all the Council of Ricks, you have to stay in that universe until you defeat the head Rick, which is a huge strain because you can only heal up your characters at the healing center in the main base, unless you have to use, all other times you have to use the items. The items are quite expensive. You can buy them at any time from your little Morty pad, I think it was called. But again, they're expensive. You can get more by buying these things called, I think it's chips and blitz
hard currency. Tokens. Yes.
Yeah, you either get these from battling the Council of Ricks or by buying them. So that's the only other way you can get kind of resources if you're out of schmeckles. You can get more schmeckles by watching adverts, but you only have a limited amount per day. But other than that, it's a really fun time-wasting game if you're not really invested in much time in it. I've been playing it for about a week now. I haven't spent any money on it. And I think I've got eight normal badges, and I've defeated 2 Ricks so far. And I've captured 14 Mortys and seen 32. So I'm not doing too bad.
Seen 32 in the wild.
In the wild, out of 82, which is quite a good percentage,
That's
I think.
pretty good.
Like their equivalent of Pokeballs are called Morty manipulators. And again, they are quite expensive if you buy them, but there is a crafting element. So as you go around, you pick up random bits of trash, and there are crafting stations in these worlds and in the main hub. And you have to learn the recipes, but if you're like me and you can't be bothered to just sit there and play with combinations, you can go online and find the recipes, and you can make the Morty manipulators and the serums and all the HP stuff you need. But again, you need the equipment in the first place. It's a fun time waster, so...
Does sound like it.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, if you like Rick and Morty, if you like Pokemon, have a go.
I just want Red and Blue to come out on the 3DS. They're out on the 27th of February, I believe. They've not done anything to them, have they?
I don't think so.
I don't know did I mention this before? Because when I first played Pokemon Blue, being a kid, I decided to give everything really dumb nicknames. So you had like Fuzzy and Smelly Butt and whatever other stupid names. Like, I'm pretty sure I called one Pompon and one Pinky and one whatever was on TV at the time. And so they had these piles of Pokemon shoved into my Pokemon box. And they shared sprites amongst groups. So it's like, okay, I need a Chansey. Which one of these 5 things is a Chansey? I guess I will take each one out, look at it, no, put it back, get the other one, close the box, look at it, go, no, Fuzzykins is not a Chansey, okay.
Well, hopefully that's a bit more linear and a bit more like the more recent games, so you can actually see what it is you've shoved in your box.
If it's just a straight up port, it won't be.
Yeah. I doubt they'll do a straight up port. They have to do something to it to make it function properly on the dual screens and so on.
Is it going to function on dual screens? I thought it was just going to be essentially an emulator. I thought it was just a straight up port.
Now, what's the point of doing it?
Because you've got no other way to play the game. Officially, unless you have this emulator on your phone.
True, I have an emulator on my phone and I've been playing Leaf Green on it. But, I've got my SPs downstairs with the games. I've got Diamond in the cupboard. I could just play that.
Yeah, I still have the games, but... Because nowadays don't.
I used to name mine like Dave and Steve and stuff like that.
Wow.
But I actually saw a cool name today. I saw a cool name today, which is Bulbasaurus. Oh, no, Bulbasaur. So instead of Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur. Which I quite liked. Yeah, so that's Time Waster, and hopefully we'll get a nice Red and Blue port coming up soon. 27th February, did you say?
Yeah, that's what I saw for the console bundles. I don't know if it's just the US or if it's US and us.
Well, that might be my post-birthday present then to myself. Okay, so we do have one request from our eponymous editor. Alex, over to you.
Nuclear whistles.
There we go. So just for our editor, just a little snippet there. And we're going to, should we start with Watchmen or do we want to do the other 3 first?
Well, how about we do the other 3 first and try to get them over quite quickly so then we can spend the rest of the episode geeking out about Watchmen. But also don't forget we have quite a hefty listener's question to answer.
Yes, we do. Okay. So, Monica, you are starting.
I am? What am I talking about?
You put it at the top of the list.
Did I? Oh crap! Hold on, it's just a pain in the ass to navigate this thing. Oh, Terminator! Yay!
No,
no. See, in blue writing, your blue writing.
Oh, I didn't. It's got Watchmen on top of that.
We just said that we're gonna do the 3 things first.
Okay.
No, I know.
Monica
It confused me.
Stop drawing and focus.
I'm actually because my thing was hidden by my Audacity screen, and I don't want to click or do anything. My page.
We're just gonna keep this in, or should I segue again?
No, it's okay. So I have been playing Persona 4 Dancing All Night because I finished Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, and it's amazing. It took me a lot longer than I thought, because I got to what I thought was the end. I'm not going to spoiler it, because I don't know how many people have finished that game, but it's probably not many, because it takes a long time. And I got one ending, and I thought, and it wasn't the right ending, it was like the good ending, but not the super good ending. So I reloaded my save, and I went back in, and I did a bunch of other stuff. It's like, okay, cool, talking to people, but I've got another dungeon to do. Which took me another 2 hours and a half or 3 hours. But I finished it.
Yay!
And I teared up a bit because it's quite emotional and it's just a really good game in general. And I was really sad because it's like, and now I'm never going to see them again except for when they all go on a crazy dance party because I have just bought Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
So, what is it? Do they just all dance there?
Well, they actually bothered to do a story.
All night. Sorry.
It follows directly on from the events of Persona 4, and which is really bizarre for a dancing game, because usually from all the ones I've played before it's just like there's a person and music and dance, now go. But from Gitaru Man actually had a whole story and was an amazing dancing game.
Wait, so do you have to dance or do the characters dance? I have no idea.
It's on the Vita, so you just tap the buttons when... Have you ever played any rhythm game?
No.
Rhythm is a dancer.
Sorry.
Have you ever played Dance Dance Revolution? Like a dance machine?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Really?
So for the sake of Alex and people out there...
I'm taking you on one.
Yeah, they're amazing.
It's okay.
So in rhythm games, you have some kind of input, which is usually the buttons or your feet in case of DDR. And you just have arrows or circles or things, and you just have to press them in time with the music and with the indication. And you tap or you press or you... Gitaru Man had stuff in the middle. The other one by that same studio, which was Wendan, Elite Beat Agents, was also just tap stuff. And you get cool songs, and it's kind of nice. You can listen to music and doing kind of skill-based inputting. But usually there's not much stories to them. It's just here are some notes, play the music, it's fun, it's all good. But this one,
I was gonna ask, where does the story come in?
In between the music stages.
Okay. So you do a little dance and then you go talk to people?
Well, it's Persona 4, in this one, it's more kind of visual novel, so it's just lots of people talking and things are happening, and then it's segue into dance level because instead of battles you get to dance. The dancing is the battles.
Okay.
So I'm defeating bad guys, monsters with my sick moves. And that is actually what is happening in the game, and it's pretty cool. And they've actually bothered to stick in loads of plot and to reference the other games, and to actually try and it explains a little bit what happened in the other game, just for people who've come to this game without having played Persona 4 Golden or Persona 4 on the PS2. But you just wouldn't appreciate it as much because the characters say things and act in certain ways and have cool little dialogue lines and quips, and it's good old Kanji, good old Teddy, you guys are awesome. Let's go party together, and it's great, and I love it. And the rhythm thing is just making me cross-eyed because you kind of have to look at both sides of the screen at once and the edges, and it's really hard. You're kind of having to hold the Vita away from your face as far as possible, and then try and do the chameleon eye thing of looking on either side of one eye. And then the harder the stages get, the harder it is because there's so many notes flying around in your screen. It's play some rhythm games. They're super fun.
You know me. I get into one game and I obsess about it for a year, and so I don't really get to play anything else.
No, really? When was the last time that happened?
What game was this? I have no idea.
I did not know you obsessed about games to the point of looking at weird, raunchy tumblers.
Just looking at butts and...
Well, there are several tumblers, actually. They're all good.
Have you got your elf ears ready for Valentine's Day?
No.
She wouldn't be the one wearing the elf ears, it'd be Tim.
Exactly. Well, maybe the anniversary.
No, I did get 2 exclusive posters from BioWare store that I need to frame and put in behind my desk, and one of them does have Solus on it, so...
I had to stop myself then. I was going to say something really crude. 2 exclusive! Oh, not saying anything.
I think everyone just guessed what you were going to say, though.
Go on, guess.
That's crude! I can't repeat your crude words to the crude things.
Well, technically, the words themselves aren't crude, but the connotation is.
Okay, then maybe I didn't think what you were thinking.
I'm curious now.
I have no idea
I don't
what
know.
you're talking about.
I was going to say butt plug.
Oh,
Where?
I don't know why.
Also, why? Because they don't have
Butt
tails.
plug about my posters?
Yes. Remind me I have to tell you something at the end of the show.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a weird day. It's been a strange day.
It's
Clearly,
gonna be a weird
that's
episode.
involving butt plugs.
Not quite, but close enough. Okay, and you've been watching a movie, haven't you, Monica? See what happens when I'm away for a week? The craziness builds up.
I know.
Everything falls down. Yeah, no, we watched Olympus Has Fallen, which is on Netflix if anybody wants to see it. And it's a really cool film. It has Morgan Freeman in it doing
Morgan Freeman,
yeah. And it's for anybody who's ever played any Battlefield or Call of Duty games or anything like that. It's basically that in a movie. It's like Die Hard meets Call of Duty solo single player mission, and it's awesome. It's actually like a really nice Die Hard style movie with some really good action, some really good tense scenes, some really good fight scenes, quite similar plot beats, and it's just really cheesy. You've gotta save the president because the president's being held in like this bunker by the Koreans. He's gotta go in, and he's like, yeah.
What, not Russians?
No, it's North Koreans.
God, Hollywood, what's happening to you?
Well, you know, raiding on the Russian commies is boring now. It's been done. Although we did watch another film. I think it's called Jack Ryan. Did I mention it last week?
You talked about Jack Reacher.
Is it Reacher? Reacher, maybe, yeah. That's got Russians.
Oh, is that the Tom Cruise one? Or the Chris Pine one?
The Chris Pine one.
Because they both came out about the same time.
Yeah.
And were they both Jack something?
I think
I'm pretty
they
sure.
were.
God, why
I've
were the
seen
PR
both.
people looking?
I think I've seen the Tom Cruise one because we talked about that one.
Apparently,
yeah,
Monica.
that's the Reacher one. That's Tom Cruise. And then Jack, I think, is Jack Ryan, and it's like a reboot of some Tom Clancy novels.
I thought that was Jack Reacher.
Maybe, I don't know, they kind of all blur into one.
Because I know that the Tom Cruise one was pretty much just him doing more Mission Impossible kind of crap.
Yeah, but with a different... I'm just going to look it up on my phone very quickly.
Oh, he was Jack Reacher. He did the Jack Reacher one.
Tom Cruise.
Yes. We've
And it
talked
was
about that one.
Yeah, Chris Pine.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Who's in the new Wonder Woman one.
Yeah, the Chris Pine one is Jack Ryan.
And they like, Shadow Recruit.
Yes, Shadow Recruit, yeah.
Yeah.
That one was pretty cool as well. It was really cheesy. Like, the Russians were really cheesy and scheming and like, oh, we got a plot to bring down Wall Street and bring down the... but we have the plot to bring down the Americans with their Wall Street and their world.
That's right, that is us, the Russians.
And then Mother Russia will be supreme.
Oh, you're making me think of Hans Gruber now.
Aww.
Make me think of Hans Gruber.
Oh, it was really sad because actually the main bad guy is also like a Shakespearean actor who's done
Acting.
Yeah, like we looked at his cinematography. He was a really good bad guy, and I thought he was actually Russian. And Ollie was like, no, that's like a guy who's done like Hamlet and a whole bunch of Shakespeare films.
Oh, yeah, about Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
He directed Thor.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah.
You thought Kenneth Branagh was Russian?
He sounded really Russian.
Kenneth Branagh is a legend. He directed Thor. He was in,
God.
I think it was the third Harry Potter? No, it's
Second
Chamber of
Harry
Secrets.
Potter.
Second
Yes,
one.
Harry
Potter, he was.
It's Chamber of Secrets. He's awesome. I love
Yeah,
Kenneth
he was
Branagh.
really
God.
good. He was a very, very good bad guy. But
Oh,
yeah.
and he directed Cinderella as well.
Yes. Which I watched and surprisingly doesn't suck.
It's not bad, but it's still kind of bland.
It is. But it's a
It's very
Cinderella
pretty.
story.
It's very pretty.
Oh, and the Cinderella wasn't pretty. She was ugly as
No, I meant
hell.
the aesthetics.
Aesthetics were pretty. The girl wasn't. Her mother was better looking. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Get the
She's-
mother to play the Cinderella.
She's the mother was Agent Peggy Carter.
Well, there you have it.
But the girl who played Cinderella, she is going to be, I think she's Elizabeth in Pride, Prejudice and Zombies.
Okay. I was about
Which
to
is
go,
coming out in a
oh
couple
my
months'
god,
time.
another Pride and Prejudice, why? And there's Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Which is still a bit like,
Yes.
oh god, why? But maybe it's
I love that book though. That book is the only way I will read Pride and Prejudice.
Oh no, Pride and
Prejudice
Prejudice is a great book. It is fantastic.
It is. I quite like it.
I don't like
I
Jane
have
Austen.
read it 6 times through because I had to for English
Have you
class.
read the zombie one yet?
I don't like
No.
Jane Austen, but I do like Pride and Prejudice, and I haven't read Zombies either.
If
No.
you want to borrow the zombie one, I have that, and I also have the prequel and the sequel that was
I
written,
hate
and I also have
zombies.
Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters.
I'm good, thanks.
No, I got turned off on like Jane Austen and Charles Dickens when I was in school because we had to study them. Like reading Emma kind of killed me.
Oh, we didn't do Emma.
Oh, that absolutely killed me. I hated that book so much. And then when I worked in Charles Dickens' birthplace in Portsmouth, they had Charles Dickens stuff there and Jane Austen stuff there for some reason because I think she visited once for a day.
Oh,
In
right.
June.
And
I
they
don't
were
know.
like, selling stuff.
But Charles Dickens' birthplace was literally 2 rooms and an attic, and they shipped in the bed he died on.
Ew, nice.
We had so few visitors that they hid me there after I got hit by a car, because I was that grotesque looking. And on the weekend, the most visitors we had was 10.
Oh,
Oh, poor Charles Dickens.
didn't like.
Sorry, little anecdote for you there.
This was in Portsmouth. Because when I was watching the trip, they went around and they were looking at like Byron's place of living, and I was wondering if they'd gone via.
Oh, there's loads of that stuff there.
Dickens.
But he only lived there for 3 months,
Oh.
just after he was born, and then he moved to London.
Oh right. Well, you know,
It was stupid.
they've probably not got much else going for them. They're like, well, let's try it, see if we get any visitors. But I don't know. I quite liked studying the books because yes, you had to read them a bajillion times, and yes, I will never forget like the stories of them because they have been etched into my brain, and some of them weren't
The
great.
only reason I remember Emma is because of Clueless. That's it. Because that's loosely based on Emma.
Oh, okay. No, I'm never gonna forget the entire plot of Like Water for Chocolate. I can probably quote some of it still. Death of a Salesman. What else did we do? Oh God.
Oh, I enjoyed Death of a Salesman.
Death of a Salesman was great.
And Faust. I like Dr. Faustus, the play.
Oh,
That
we
was
didn't do that. I saw that as an opera.
I did that A level.
What did we do? We
No, that was good.
Yeah. No, we did Like Water for Chocolate. Oh, The Handmaid's Tale, which is the most depressing
Oh, it's not like
book.
kind of sex slaves type thing. Of,
Yep.
Like people who are
Yep.
infertile and anyone who's able to be pregnant is like
Yeah.
a sex slave.
Yeah, basically like
Fun.
loads of the women who'd had children before, and so were like, they like took their kids away, and like the kids get put on some weird communes, and she just never sees her kid again, and like she doesn't know what happened to her husband, and she is just this weird like sex slave, and the whole story is reconstructed from the cassette tapes that somebody found hidden in like her wardrobe. So you don't know at the end. You just don't know. It's like, well, I don't know if she found her kid again. I don't know if she found her husband again. And she was pretty miserable, and the world sounds pretty rubbish and sad. And I'm really sad now. And like, oh, I have to read it again and like be able to talk. Oh, great. And then yeah, we did Streetcar Named Desire as well. And we did some Beckett.
Streetcar Named Desire is good.
Streetcar Named Desire is amazing. Stella!
And the movie is Stella!
I've never read nor seen them, but I know the quotable bits, like, Stella! But again, that's from The Simpsons, when they produced it.
Oh, watch it. Watch the black and white film. It's really fun.
Oh, it's so good.
Is that the one with Marlon Brando?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Watch it only for Marlon Brando if you must, but watch it. It's great.
He's never appealed to me.
Oh, he's amazing in that movie.
Like, he's good they're all good actors. And then, I can't even remember the other crap we did. We did a whole bunch of Shakespeare that is just like, meh. And Mice and Men, which is also depressing. We did a lot of depressing books. A lot of the good books are depressing.
Yeah. I was remembering the poetry we did, like, what was it? Caroline something. She was depressing. Most stuff you do in school in English class is depressing as hell.
Really sad. We did
the only book I remember enjoying, and that was quite fun, was when I was like in year 7 and 8 and we did the something of Baron Bolligrew, and it reminded me of Monty Python. And that was quite a fun book. Because it was about this baron who kept getting into japes and scrapes and was a bit crazy and got taken. Yeah, and he got taken over by a wizard who enchanted his hat, and when he put his hat on, he could take over him. And make him do whatever he wanted. That was quite cool.
Your year 7 class sounds a lot better than mine. Year 7, we did Macbeth.
Macbeth is amazing, but okay, so is Shakespeare, but we're 30 minutes in. Deadpool! Deadpool!
It's fun.
Oh, because sorry. So Olympus Has Fallen was good?
Yes,
it was good. It was good. We've established that.
Alright, sorry. We went on a complete tangent then.
English
also,
class.
tell us your stories from English class. Books you loved, books you hated, books you were meh. Let us know down in the comments in the forum.
Yeah, and how
Twitter.
much did Watership Down mess you up as a kid? And also they have made a Watership Down D&D thing. Role-playing game.
I've never read nor seen Watership Down.
You are truly blessed. Don't.
I know, that's why I haven't gotten there. I've actually, again, League of Gentlemen. There was a scene in League of Gentlemen where this really creepy shop owner scares his son's girlfriend away and starts singing Bright Eyes to the sun. And it's like, at that point, I started researching what it was. It's like, I'm going to leave that one. That's not another thing I'm going to look into.
No.
Will I?
No.
You two are worse than my husband, and that's saying something.
In what way?
Talking.
Blah, 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 blah. But that's
We're
what the
conversing.
podcast is about.
Yeah, I haven't been on for a week. Excuse me. And you spoke about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and someone badmouthed Borderlands last week, so I'm a little bit upset.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is great.
No. That was Mon.
Yeah.
I know blame Mon.
I know she badmouthed Borderlands.
Yeah, but I do it all the time.
Grr. Yeah, and I'm kind of in hate with War Machine because he has Borderlands Top Trump, so I didn't know they existed.
Yeah,
so I need to get me some.
Been out for ages. If we'd still had
I
ours,
didn't know.
We'd give them to you, but some random twat who broke into Ollie's old flat has them.
That's such a strange thing to steal.
Well, they were
or was it just like a bundle of stuff?
They were there. I think they were in the Borderlands 2 rucksack, which he probably used to stuff a console into because he had his laptop, his PS3. And his 360 nicked, and the jar of coppers that he kept, all his little he just had a mug of it that was about £7 worth, and they took that.
Okay. Oh God, I hate people sometimes. All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of hating people, Deadpool is coming out next month, and I am super duper excited. I've bought a bunch of new Deadpool comics at Christmas, but. There was a preview screening this week, and all the was it? I can't even remember who is releasing it, but they organised some screenings in New York and LA, I think, or San Francisco, and they had the cast there doing Q&As, and it was a rough cut, so it's not completely finished yet. And
cool.
They did a little Q&A, and it's had nothing but positive tweets. No one's been saying any details. They've just been saying it's awesome. It's what Deadpool should be. So I'm really excited. But another story that's come up in the last couple of weeks is people asking for a PG-13 cut of a Deadpool movie so they could take their kids to see it. Because this is actually the first R-rated superhero movie, well-known superhero movie that's been made available, especially since the advent of the new superhero movies where they're actually good. And people are saying, I can't take my kid to go see this because this is now rated. What do you think about that? Because personally, I think it's stupid because I know people want to show their kids this, but Deadpool, being Deadpool, is rude, crude, violent, and he's going to kick ass. Yeah. So it should be an R rating.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was. Would be R rating basically not true to his character and thus would not really make the movie good.
That's really strange. That'd be like, oh, I want my kid to see Debbie Does Dallas, but please make it PG-13 because I want to bond with my son.
I can't remember who it was, but someone tweeted Lily Allen, the singer, and asked them to make not to swear, ask her not to swear or release a bleeped version of her album so she could buy it for her daughter. And it's like, I don't make it for your daughter. I make it for everyone who should listen to it. That's why there's a parental advisory sticker on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when Ollie did a double take when he realised his little brother hadn't seen The Matrix, and then he realised, well, that's because The Matrix is a 15. It's like, okay, well, he'll see it when he sees it. You're just not.
God, I've seen Matrix way before I was 15.
Yeah, okay. I saw Matrix when I was about 13, and it was a pirate copy when I was in Tunisia, I think it was 12, 13, and it did freak me the hell out. I could not sleep because of the scene where he's being unplugged and he's in the pink goo.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was like 10 or 9.
That freaked me out.
When did Matrix come out? I need to double check my facts.
No,
keep talking.
Oh, you check and you let us know, because...
1999. I was 8? Yeah.
I forget how young you actually are. It's like, wait, how?
I would have been,
like, yeah, you're a baby.
I would have been 11 then when I saw it. Like 11. But yeah, I feel that this is completely against the character of Deadpool. I understand that maybe you want more profits and some parents want kids to be included, but Deadpool is not a kid-friendly character at all.
Exactly.
And the last time they tried to silence him, and I'm being quite literal here, which was in Wolverine Origins, they made a mess of him. We need real Deadpool. Don't mess with him.
Like, just because it's a superhero, it doesn't mean it automatically has to be a kids movie. Yeah. There are comic books for kids, there are comic books for adults, there are comic books when both age groups can read it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if Deadpool is a sweary, foul-mouthed, and all that, he should be that way, and the kids will just have to wait, or the parents will just have to take them anyway and then explain that, no, you cannot behave like this in real life.
Well, your partner is a huge Punisher fan, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, Punisher is not a PG superhero, is he?
Yeah, exactly.
As far as I know.
So
I love Punisher.
Any Punisher movie, Punisher movies are, again, just violent, ass-kicking destruction fests. If they're done properly. I'm not counting the Triple H one or anything like that. But if we made one now, it should, like the TV series is coming out. You wouldn't show that TV series to your kid. Would you show the Daredevil TV series to your kid?
Oh, I haven't seen it. Oh, Daredevil TV series. No, I wouldn't show it to my kid. There's far too much violence. I mean, it depends what age kids.
What about Jessica Jones?
No. Well, I mean, it depends what ages. I mean, I'd assume if the person... Well, I don't know. I don't want to make parental judgments because I am not raising the kids and I don't really know the mindset of kids because I'm not a parent. But I assume if I was confident that the kid has brains in his head and can understand wrong and right and I would be watching that with the kid, I would be happy with them to watch something violent. But it wouldn't be, I don't know, it would be over PG-13 for sure.
Because PG-13 means that kids over the age of 13 can go in without an adult and kids under the age of 13 have to go in with an adult, I think.
Yeah, but what I would mean that they would at least have to be 13 and over, and then I'd probably be supervising some of it. But again, I'm not a parent, so I'm not really the one to make this kind of judgment.
Yeah, and to be honest, when I was 11, my parents did allow me, and did actually get me into the cinema to see South Park Bigger, Longer and Uncut. They told the guy that was taking the tickets that I was a midget. And they told me I was a midget, and I was very sensitive about my height, so don't mention it to me, otherwise I'll start screaming and crying. And that got me into a fair few films, but again, my parents, they taught me not to swear, in front of them at least, and generally just be a decent human being and understand that that's a TV show. You don't do that stuff in real life. You don't try and kill your friends in real life or set your farts on fire because that's stupid.
Yes. Well, my parents were always extremely kind of like they didn't really stop their kids from watching or doing anything. It went to the point where I was ridiculously young to A, understand, and B, to read Norwegian Forest by Haruki Murakami. That my stepdad is a big fan of Haruki Murakami books, so we had a lot of them. And I got my hands on that book before either him or my mother did. And I read it before them. And afterwards, my mom read it and was like, "Did you read this, honey?" I was like, "Yes." She was like, "Well, I guess we don't have any more secrets from you then." Did I understand the book? No. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, it was kind of fun.
I haven't read that one. I've read Kafka on the Shore and that's it. But if they're anything alike, I don't know.
A lot of Haruki Murakami stuff is Haruki Murakami stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty strange and messed up, but really cool. And I don't know, kids just find out about things. I don't know, my mum was always very, very straightforward with everything. Where do babies come from? Okay, let me draw you a diagram. It's
Vagina.
No, it was just this is a uterus, and this is what happens.
You know that bit down there? There.
Yeah. When you're 13, you're in for a whole world of fun. Every month.
Oh god, I've had to teach that the last few weeks to an abundance of kids that have no idea. And I found out that some of my sixth form don't even know that there's 2 separate holes in a woman at the bottom of a woman for pee and sexy time.
Really?
What? Did you see that episode of Orange is the New Black when they find a pee hole?
Oh yeah.
The whole episode was like, what? Let me go and look, and they go around and they find and it's like a thing in the woman's prison when they discover there's a pee hole.
It's sad how many people don't actually realise what they've got down there.
I know. I know.
I find that so surreal.
So that's Deadpool. Anyway.
Deadpool, and please teach your kids about basic human anatomy.
Don't leave it until they're 15 and when I get them.
Yeah, so just so they don't end up doing it in the ear.
I hope they know the difference between a vagina and an ear.
No, did you not see that Family Guy episode?
If they're going that way.
Did you not see the Family Guy episode?
Which one? There's a lot of them.
where they're practice abstinence, but it's okay to do it in the ear.
Sorry, you just made me think of Charlie the Unicorn now. I do know that episode.
With Meg.
It's fine, it says in the ear. There's a Charlie the Unicorn episode where there's just a song about putting a banana in your ear.
Oh, God. Yes.
Put a banana in your ear. Put a ripe banana right into your favorite ear.
Hey, I remember it.
We'll put the link in the show notes. Right. So, Alex, I think this is going to be our last segment because I don't think we have time for Watchmen now.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I promise next week will be all Watchmen all the time and all blue penises.
Yes.
We'll start with Watchmen. Yes. This was a bad idea to put it as the last thing to talk about.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think this is great.
That song is is actually stuck into my head now.
I gotta watch this as soon as we're off. Right, so Alex, I don't actually know what this is. Is it a book, a game, or what?
Oh, it's a book.
Cool.
By George Martin.
Yeah, and I did read the second part as Drunk and Egg Story, so that's why I was quite intrigued by it. Please tell us more about your Drunk and Egg Stories.
So, that famous series of books which the TV show Game of Thrones is based on, The Song of Ice and Fire.
Goosebumps.
Those ones.
I watched Goosebumps. Sorry, I just remembered I watched Goosebumps last week.
What?
I'm sorry, carry on.
Okay. That's backtracking. Okay, so, George R. R. Martin, the guy who wrote A Song of Ice and Fire, the book
Of Rice and Fire.
You know what? I give up with you two. Can I go home now? Oh, wait,
You're
I'm
home.
Oh, damn it.
I'm almost out of tea. Sorry, carry on.
Now all I can think of the Song of Rice and Fire.
Take 3!
Sorry.
I am laughing into my Star-Lord mug. I've got a Star-Lord mug now. It's his head.
That's
You know the
awesome.
Funko Pops of Star-Lord? I've got just his head. And because the handle's on the actual left-hand side, I have to drink it with him facing me. So he's like, Star-Lord, come to my mouth. Okay, so,
So George R. R. Martin.
Yeah. So he wrote the book, and then he decided, I wrote the 5th one. I'm gonna have a break and gonna go 100 years before the events of the book happened, and I'm gonna write a story about a hedge knight and his squire, and I'm gonna write 3 stories.
Which is
and
how
it's
he's
gonna be
missed
great
every single of his deadlines.
Because I don't actually have to write the book 6. No, not any TV show is trying to catch up with me. No. I'm okay. I've got time to do Anyway, so I was actually planning to get this book because I'm getting quite frustrated with George R. R. Martin and his writing style, and I completely feel for him. It's hard writing books, and if he has writer's block and just generally suffering under pressure, whatever. Sorry, dude, that's not nice to hear. But I was just not looking forward to this book, and I hate it. Yet I can't stop reading it.
Oh, that's a strange one.
It is a strange one. So, they go back 100 years, and because they go back 100 years, the Dany's family, essentially, the Targaryens, they are still the kings of Westeros.
Mm-hmm.
And there isn't just one of them, there's a lot of them. So, the first story of Duncanek, so Dunk is Duncan the Tall, he is the hedge knight who goes around and does knighty stuff. And Egg is his squire, who is actually the son of the brother of the king at the time. So he is actually Aegon Targaryen in disguise.
Oh, scandal.
Okay.
And the thing is, you open the book, and the first 3 pages, he goes, "Alright, the hedge knight is going to attorney, and this was Lord blah blah blah, Lord Buttons, Lord Butterflies, and Earl of that one, and blah, blah,
Is there a reason
blah.
you're saying butts?
Yeah, sure, Lord Buttocks, Lord Button, Lords...
I know they like the
Lord
butts.
Sasquatch.
Lord.
Yes, so there's every possible Lord and Arf, and it just goes blah, 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 and you sit there, it's like, what? Well, I can't remember any names.
That's
I don't know who
like
this is.
the shittest way to fill in your word quota.
Wait,
it's like,
wait,
let's do a
wait.
list.
Wait, it gets worse, because at that point he goes, oh, remember we have these Targaryens who are ruling the lands. And they have a bunch of brothers and a bunch of sisters, and those sisters and brothers, they have their own sons and daughters, and we're gonna put them, and because it's also George R. R. Martin's, and so some of his characters have the same name. So there is Daeron the king, and Daeron who's the son of the king's son, and I was just sitting there going, who is the father, or how is this related to who, and where is Dany?
I need a Venn diagram.
I did! I started reading in the tube, I had to stop, load internet, find Targaryen family tree, look at it while reading because I was so confused.
I thought that was just constantly in your handbag anyway.
No, I do actually have a book with all the family trees and all the histories and whatnot, and I did that too when I opened, when I came home, I opened the book and I started looking for that. And oh god, it was just, oof. But I don't know, despite that, still loving it and still reading. There were other things. There were so many other things that really annoy. Oh, I think there is a pivotal story. So there was
I like
a king,
how you think
one king
there is.
before that. I haven't finished the book. I'm very close to the end. But I think because they're nudging this point in my brain so much. He's like drilling. He's repeating every chapter. There's the king who had lots of legal children, but he also had a lot of bastards, and on his deathbed he decided to legalize all his bastards.
You don't have to bleep that one because it's actually an illegitimate son or daughter.
Anyway, and so one of those illegitimate sons is now helping to rule the kingdom. So every character goes, oh no, but he's actually the bastard, and every single time someone steps in, goes, no, but you know, the king on his deathbed, he gave him a sword, and he made him his true son. And that happens, like, every 10 pages, and I'm like, I got it.
Just because some watery bint gave you a sword.
She lobbed a scimitar at you.
That's it. That is the one. Thank you.
Handing out swords is not a correct means of government.
Oh god. So yeah, so it's just, I mean, it's really frustrating, and the character's right to repeat. The Dunk is in love apparently with this weird Tansele who is too tall, but she's not too tall for him, so she's gonna repeat that 5 times. And I mean, I don't know, it pisses me off so much, yet I really like reading it, and it's fun when I read it, but every time I read it, it pisses me off. Because I'm like, who writes this way?
He does.
People who have word quotas to fill, that's who.
Oh yeah, well I don't know. It's fun, I think, if you like Game of Thrones, check out that book. It's fun. It's a knight and his squire going around doing stuff and solving crimes in medieval Westeros, basically.
Whee! Oh.
Yep.
I have to say, it's really frustrating when an author has a book due and then goes, actually, I'm going to write about some stuff you don't really care about. Because, what's his face of the King Killer Chronicles? Mr. We've been waiting for your 3rd book for a while now. Thank you very much. Name of the Wind.
Who's the
Oh, I don't know.
King Killer Chronicles?
Hmm?
Is this Rufus someone? Or am I making this up?
The King Killer Chronicles. Oh, yes, Patrick Rothfuss.
Patrick Rothfuss. Okay.
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was.
So, like, the first book came out and it was amazing. And if you haven't read it, Name of the Wind.
Oh, I haven't read it. I was thinking, actually. Is it really good?
It's really, 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 really good. And then the second book came out. What's it called? Well, the second book of it came out. The Name of the Farts.
Don't close your Google search.
So the Name of the Wind, Name of the Farts. The Wise Man's Fear. Sorry, I just remembered. The second book, Wise Man's Fear. Also really, 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 really good. And it's got one of those main characters who just can't catch a break. It's just, but they're great and you love it. And it's like, the plot is quite subtle in a lot of ways. Like, you think it's like this, or maybe not, and anyway. And then he's due a 3rd book, and in the meanwhile he just released a little short story about one of the characters, and it's just like, that's great, but...
Book?
But book.
Book, please. Book now, yes?
Yeah, now. Book now. Book now. Please do, yes.
Well, George R. R. Martin actually wrote the whole blog post recently because they were planning to release Winds of Winter before season 6 of Game of Thrones, and he wrote about, how he's very sorry, but this is not going to happen because he has a lot to write, and how he's really frustrated, and he's not dealing very good with deadlines. And I feel for him, man. I mean, it's hard when everyone's like, tell us now. What happened to Jon Snow?
He has had so long.
If he didn't write about this one character who died in the same chapter, I think he would have finished the book, but it's just my very uninformed opinion.
Maybe.
I just think it's like, come on, he must have made a lot of money. It's like, okay.
I'm sure he has.
It's like, okay, so he's not worrying about any of that stuff. Like, he doesn't have to worry about mortgage or bills or whatever. That's cool. Yes, he has to do loads of press stuff and maybe do tours and things like that. And, like, I get it. That's probably quite tiring and quite time-consuming. But, like, you can work on a flight. You can work. He's like, well, I'm really sorry, because, like, they'd give me an extension, and then I didn't, and then I thought, like, yeah, I can totally, like, finish this, and then I just know, like, it's like, you're writing a book.
But the thing is, it might be a chemical, if it's a chemical depression, then it can actually be something completely different.
You don't know. You don't know whatever it is.
Yeah, we don't know the actual
have trouble writing. Well, I mean, if you're curious, I mean, the to understand, like, a really good person in terms of writing and explaining the way he writes to his fans or to people he follow is John Scalzi. Because A, he's very active on Twitter, and B, he has his own blog, whatever, which is excellent. And even if you're not interested in his books, just check it out, because he just writes really interesting stuff on there, and he posts a lot about his kittens, who are adorable, even though I don't really like cats. They are called Scumper Beasts. Anyway, so one of his recent things, he just started writing his new book, and he basically set out his rules that he has to write 2,000 words before he goes back on the internet, and that includes reading emails and Twitter and stuff and whatever. And he tends to do, this kind of updates when he explains about the business of writing, and he's quite open about it. Like, he got like 13 million deal to write 10 books in the next 10 years or something. I might be jiggling the millions numbers a little bit, but, 10 million, 13 million, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So he got a lot of money. He was quite frank, and he explained all his deals, and, he's kind of businesslike and open about how he works in the business and how things happened. So if anyone's curious to find out about a little bit of behind the scenes of the writing stuff, check out his blog, whatever. It's really good.
Yeah, like, it's just about having some kind of structure. It's the same with drawing.
Well, again, you don't know. I don't know. You don't know. It's hard writing books. It's hard being, I don't know.
It's hard, drawing.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you stop drawing, you're probably gonna starve, right? If he's gonna stop writing, nothing's gonna happen to him.
Yeah,
to George R. R. Martin.
That is true.
So, your motivation, i.e., I need to draw not to starve, kind of helps you.
Yeah, it's true. That's true, but
okay.
I don't know if I had, like, the expectations of so many fans resting on my shoulders. Like, I want to make them happy, and I get that not everybody's going to be
that would make you panic. That would make you panic and not work.
Okay, so we could talk about this for hours.
Good.
But
now you know how I felt when you were talking about stupid sea monsters and zombies. Take that.
Okay, so we're going to go quickly on to listeners' questions. So Cesis asks, hope you all had a spiffing Christmas and a Merry New Year. How about
Yes, 2 weeks ago, so that makes sense. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, apologies it wasn't last week because I was away, but this week we should be ready for it. How about you each make one sensible prediction for this upcoming year of games and films, and another prediction that's balls mental, but so ridiculous it could be plausible, but was intentional. Okay, so we start with that one. I think Deadpool's going to be absolutely awesome and fantastic. That's what I'm predicting. I'm also predicting Stephen Strange is going to be pretty magical too. And Wonder Woman's going to be underwhelming. I'm also predicting my balls to the wall mental one. I'm predicting Batman is going to punch every one of the Suicide Squads in the face and then tickle their buttocks. Okay, that's mine.
Cool.
Alex, do you want to go next?
Okay, so, God, my predictions are gonna be boring, cause blah. Anyway, my sensible prediction is that despite me crying about it a lot, I think Mass Effect Andromeda is gonna be delayed and it's not gonna come out this year, cause they've been too kind of silent. So unless they're gonna start talking about this game within a couple of months, yeah, guys, I think it's gonna be delayed. And then my nonsensible, God, I don't know what it is.
I've got another one for my balls crazy, but maybe sensible.
You do it instead of me.
They're going to announce Borderlands 3. I'm really, really hoping for this. Butts crossed, everything crossed, I need it.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm playing for Borderlands 2 at the moment, so.
Or what are you playing as?
I'm playing as a Mechamancer?
Oh,
She's a DLC character.
Cool.
Yeah, you're Gage.
Yeah, I get the little robot who fights with me. Yo.
Deathclaw.
Deathclaw,
pretty
exactly.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your balls to the wall?
No, go to Monica. I have no balls.
Aww.
That's so
Oh, maybe you'll think of one.
Yeah. So, Monica, what's your sensible?
My sensible prediction is that Tom Clancy's The Division is going to be amazing. But that...
Isn't it more RPG?
That was what I was going to say, and also that everybody's going to be like, oh, but did you know it's just an RPG? Because people have already started doing that. It's like, but it's an RPG. Like being an RPG is some horrible, sinful thing. It's like, oh, I'm terribly sorry, your child has RPG. There's nothing we can do.
RPGs are fun, and what I played at EGX was fun. So if they both work together, that's fine. What about your balls to the wall?
My balls to the wall prediction is that The Last Guardian will be released.
Oh! Yeah, Half-Life 3 will
Shots
be announced.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
That's never gonna happen.
That is such an old and bad joke that it's not even funny anymore.
But the reason
Gabe's
it's
gonna
never
come out
gonna happen
at E3 tweaking his nipples. Sorry.
the
Just
reason
got
it's not
quite
gonna happen
gross.
is that that's not how. Because for one, Valve doesn't need to release it because Valve is just like rolling in it. Valve has Dota and it has Counter-Strike and it's fine. It's cool. It don't need anything. And also
nice,
because the studio, the way they like set up their development and the way you have to like get people onto your project and they can choose to leave at the end of like every month or every 3 months. Like no one's gonna sit around long enough to actually make it, and also to make a game that blatantly everybody in the world is just gonna complain about because it's not gonna be what they're hoping it's gonna be.
Everyone will be a critic for this
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
They've been waiting for so long.
They're never gonna make it. It's not gonna happen. Just no.
Okay, so the second part of it, what would be the genre of the year? What do you think it'll be? This is gaming genre, because last year, Cesar says it was kind of the year of the RPG. What do you think about
I
this year?
wouldn't say it was the year of RPG. There's a lot of shooty stuff as well. I don't know.
I think last year was the year of the MOBA. Oh, MOBAs left, right, and centre.
I think we're going to have a lot more obtuse games coming to the forefront this year, because we've got, is Yarny coming out this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
So, a bit more...
No, it's not called Yarny though. It's, what's this called?
Well, the one with Yarny in it.
Unravel.
That's the one. I think like a lot more of the unusual games, because we've got Cuphead as well coming out, and a
No
few
Man's
other ones.
Sky.
So
One day, at some point, it'll be a thing, maybe.
the rise of the unusuals. How's that?
Okay.
That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah, I think they're pushing to try and make VR be a thing, be more of a thing.
The year of VR.
Nah.
We'll finally find out what's the cost of PS4 VR.
Yeah, because we already know what Oculus is, and that's a hefty chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you even think about a PC for it.
Considering we used our DK2 exactly for a week.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me. I don't know. I don't like it. Like, I don't want to have a thing on my head. I want to sit on my sofa, in my pajamas and my dressing gown, and play games.
Well, a friend of mine was saying that if he gets the Vive, he's gonna, well, if he gets any kind of, VR setup, he's already got the Oculus dev kit, and so he's getting the new Oculus when it comes out as well, because that was included in the whole bundly thing. But he's gonna turn his second bedroom, his spare room, he's just gonna empty it and turn it into a VR room, because a couple of them need, like the Vive needs 2 projectors, I think, in either corner of the room, because it creates boundaries. So when you're coming to the edge of the room, when I was playing it at EGX, it kind of flashes up a grid, so it tells you, oh, you're near a wall. Even though I still punched it. Still hit it with something.
You know what's
but you
gonna
need
make
the
or break,
space for these things.
But you know what's gonna make or break VR? It's gonna be porn.
True. Who was I listening to the other day? I think it was Funhouse again, and they actually were invited to Vegas to sample some VR porn, and you're in the point of view of the bloke, and you got a female kind of flopping on top of you, but you can't do anything, you can't touch her, you just kind of stood there, and when you look down at yourself, like you see a like fully tattooed man, it's like, oh, that's not me, that's great. And if you think like, when you see a naked lady supposedly flopping on top of you, if you're a straight man, I think you'd want to touch them.
But surely you could.
That makes it.
Yeah, you just have to develop some haptic feedback gloves. That's like minor details.
And didn't is it Pornhub or YouPorn? I think it was Pornhub. Didn't they develop like a VR butt or VR vagina or something?
What?
Yeah, there's like a VR butt which you can caress and touch, and it jiggles at your movements and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was I dreaming that?
I don't know. It's not. To be honest,
I'm pretty sure that's a real thing.
there are strange
If you dreamt
things.
this, I have
work
a
in
positive
Soho.
influence
There are
on you.
some strange things I see through the windows of shops. There are some strange things. So that's what I think. Like, I think if VR is ever going to really become a thing, it's just going to be because someone's going to make an awesome porn game that everybody's going to want to play.
Oh.
And it's going to
There
be
it
in
is.
Japan.
It was last July, and it's a VR-enabled twerking robot butt that you can have sex with.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw
I shall
that!
send you the...
Oh, no,
Okay,
that was
links
the
in the chat.
torso. There was a torso.
No, this is just a butt. This is a butt that twerks, like the cheeks slapped together, and you are able to have sex with it, and it's VR enabled. I've sent you the link.
Goody.
Okay, so on that note, I think we
that
should
note,
say a shout out.
that jiggly
On
note.
that
Oh wow,
note,
it does jiggle.
I told you it jiggles.
Wow.
Bounce jiggle jiggle, bounce jiggle jiggle.
There's some serious jiggle on this
Wait,
thing.
I have to see this.
Okay, while she's seeing this, I'm going to do the forums.
It's
Thank you to
hypnotizing.
War Machine, and I hate you for you having Borderlands, but
Oh, me.
not real hate, you know what I mean.
Oh, wow.
Thank you to Stingo, Orox, Fasti, and
I
Zombellic.
know, right? It really jiggles.
I like how your headset is just like in the butt. Wow. Oh, look. Here's a dev video. So we got some butts and then we smack them around a lot just to make sure.
Well, it's you, porn. They need to do their research. Market research, you know. Don't go anything half-cocked. Alex, do you want to do Twitter?
Okay, 1 second. Okay, Twitter. Thank you to Will Driver at Driver93. Thank you to Joe Black at Boobazerker. Thank you to at Prunfaith. Thank you to Darren Betts-Graves at Houdini22. Thank you to Aaron Hamilton at Soak True Believer. And thank you to Shackster.
Skunkster. Skunkster.
Oh, Skunkster. Why did I
Skunkster.
think Shackster?
I don't know.
Shackster's someone else, I'm sorry.
So, thank you very much for listening. If you are interested in board games at all, we hold a weekly Tabletop Tuesday at Loading Bar in Dalston, London, where you come along, play some very, very interesting board games with some lovely people. You can come along on your own, you can come along with lots of people, it's your choice. But every week you have the opportunity to win a brand new game, just simply by playing the game and letting us know. You don't even have to win the game you're playing, you don't even have to complete the game you're playing, you just have to play it once, tell us, and you get put into a prize draw, and you could win that game on the night, which I think is pretty awesome. If you want to know any more information about that or the featured game of the week, just go to bigredbarrel.com, front page, top left-hand corner, click on there, there's some information on there. If you want any recommendations for board games as well, you can post on the forums on that post, or you can tweet at us. I am at the Sweet Shrimp.
I'm at DustyTulip_.
And I'm at Monica_Ion.
You can also contact us using at Big Red Pal #Geek Speak. You can put a comment down below in the forums letting us know what you think. You can also give us an iTunes review. That would be very nice. Give them some stars. Give us some feedback. Constructive criticism only, if I could actually speak right now. But we always love your feedback, questions, and remember, comment down below or on Twitter or wherever. Tell us what books you did in English and if you enjoyed them or if they destroyed your love of those authors forever. Anything else I need to include?
Nah.
No, I think I've covered everything.
Yep.
Okay, so for episode 28 of Big Rebel Geek Speak, I have been Lauren.
I've been Nuclear Wessel.
And I've been Monica.
And we bid you goodbye. Bye!
Bye! Jiggly butts.
You and your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarrel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarrel.com.
It was like, butts.
Ooh.
Strange. Okay, ready?
Are there helicopters landing somewhere near somewhere?
Yep.
I think that's Monica.
I live near Wandsworth Prison.
Have you got
You
curtains
live-
up?
Yeah. Still here. They're just like right outside. It's okay.
Okay, let's wait a moment.
Yeah. They don't come by very often. Although if this one's circling the area, it might do.
Someone escaped.
Yeah, it happens. It's not like a big security prison. It's just Wandsworth Prison. It's just like a little bit down the road.
And an awesome guest for BRB Geek Speak, the helicopter, and an escapee prisoner.